out of everything that happened this weekend, what is the one performance or storyline that stood out to you?
Well, I was at Chase Center in San Francisco, and it was good. Another guy to see in uniform, Anthony Davis. I thought he was really, really great. 15 points, 5 rebounds without LeBron, without Austin Reeves, and playing with a bunch of newcomers. And when you see newcomers, you see Christian Wood, Cam Reddish, Taurean Prince, Jackson Hayes, and man, there's more. Jalen Hood-Schifino and Maxwell Lewis, the rookies. And each of those guys played at least 10 minutes. So Anthony Davis actually expressed a lot of excitement about having Wood in the front court along with Jackson Hayes. And he says he is going to throw alley-oop passes to Jackson Hayes this season. So I'm curious to see these assists coming from Anthony Davis, who looked great. And he was hoping that this preseason, these new guys can implement everything the Lakers are trying to do.
Now, my biggest takeaway from the weekend, other than we worked a fabulous Game 1 of the WNBA Finals. Let's start with the NBA, though. What I really appreciated was we have been talking about, and my guys, Richard and Perk, were like, the Bucks are it. The Bucks have made it with that two-man pick and roll with Dame and Giannis. The Celtics had an opportunity to show what their hand. I was surprised that Drew Holiday came off the bench, but I understand, given the circumstances, with how quickly he became a Celtic. But overall, the Celtics looked all right. They looked like they did not miss a beat in my estimation, especially with Drew. I mean, maybe his shooting was not all the way there. He came out of the gates. They were running a lot of offenses basically saying, hey, we need you to be that guy. You saw those subliminal messages. But on the other hand, it was that guy you just saw prior taking the shot. Kristaps Porzingis, 5 for 7, 17 points. If he plays like that this season, we have a whole different conversation with my bros, Richard and Perk, as the season starts.
So, same game, different story, though. Tyrese Maxey is going to play a big role for the Philadelphia 76ers. And you saw the things that he had been working on all summer long. He's hunting three-pointers. He had 8 three-point attempts in this game. That's a 41% three-point shooter last year. So he's going to hunt those this year. And watch the change of speed, change of direction. That's how he gets by guys now on the perimeter. That's something he's worked on all summer, and you saw that in this game. No James Harden, but maybe Maxey is enough.
Listen, you know that things are getting intense when Shanae's voice hits that high pitch. that high pitch, you know things are getting real when Shanae's voice hits that. Now, Roz, you had some thoughts on the Bay.
Yeah, out in the Bay, Warriors side, the whole Chris Paul with Stephen Curry and the Warriors showed some good signs. Yep. You know, a lot of times we talk about two-player game, and you often think of a guard and a big and a pick and roll. Well, this was a two-guard game. A lot of the action happened on the wing, whether it was a handoff or a pass and flare. It made the defense have to make a lot of tough decisions. And who better to read those decisions than Chris Paul and Stephen Curry? So it'll be fun to see that grow out. And historically, the Warriors, they flirt with being reckless on offense at times. So while I'm watching Chris Paul out there, I'm thinking, oh, he brings poise and IQ to their offense. You know, in those moments where the turnovers are starting to bleed into one another, or time and situation, he's just going to be there to add some poise. And you heard Steve Kerr, he said, it's really nice to have him on our team because you can just trust over and over that Chris Paul is going to make the right play.
We're just forming a dynasty here. We want to go down in the books as one of the best teams the W has ever seen.
How tough is it going to be to beat this ACES team?
This is why we all came here. We came here to contend for WNBA championship. We plan on putting on a show.
She's got it! What a ridiculous finish! Unreal what she's doing in these playoffs. I want to see, baby.
We felt like this finals matchup was destiny, and it's here.
It's championship time. We're not done.
Welcome back into NBA Today. Andrea Carter in for Malika Andrews. Y'all, we came into this WNBA season talking super teams. New York and Las Vegas have been on a collision course all season long. This weekend, we finally got what we have all been waiting for. We got to get into the highlights because this game was everything we expected it to be. Liberty seeking to have their first Game 1 win in the WNBA Finals against the former champion ACES, who are looking to make history by winning back-to-back championships. Tom Brady was in the house. LeBron James, air swoops. Cheryl Swoops, for those that don't know.
Ashanti,
They
hello.
should know.
Ashanti.
They should know. Can we talk about it now?
Early in the game, this is Asia Wilson taking it coast to coast, defense leading to offense.
Who can stop her when she's out on the run? That's size, athleticism, speed.
Yo,
Yeah,
the first
take
half,
it, Janae. Take it.
the
Just take
French
it.
woman, Marine Johannes, was on another level.
Did we talk about her pregame or no?
Oh, you did, sis. You were correct.
We did.
You
We
were
did.
correct.
She's so fun to watch. She turned it over a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, wow, wow. The analysis coming through, but it's okay. The hype is still there. Look at this one.
One-legged.
She was their only hope offensively when it comes to the guards in the first half. So you'll take the good with the bad.
And there's a smile.
That little smirk, because she knows. She was getting that thing off.
Had an assist as well, finding Brianna Stewart under the hoop. Liberty were up 3 at the half, but we'll take you to the third quarter. Just over 4 minutes left. Aces up 1 at this point. Jonquel Jones denied.
Block party, Asia Wilson. It's a party of one.
2-time Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. It is a party of one. Roz, I'm going to let you take this one because the next couple plays are all Jackie Young.
The basket got big for her. She could take it from 3.
Oh,
she was
watch
attacking
this.
the defender. Everybody was getting driven on.
You know what they say on that? Cooked. See ya.
To the cup. Chelsea Gray likes it.
The energy is incredible. And this, the give and go action.
Liberty
Looking for a
defense is
dime.
sleeping at this point.
Plenty of dimes.
The cutting of
Top of
the
the line.
Aces was on all night long. We'll take you under 5. This is
Movie. Happy birthday, Chelsea, by the way.
Happy birthday.
under 5 minutes to go. Aces up big at this point. Plum drives to the paint, finishes on the reverse layup. Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young had career playoff highs. Here's Plum after the win.
I have the best teammates in the world, so whatever I got to do to just get open, Chelsea's going to find me. Jack was phenomenal tonight. It was just a great team win.
Game ones are very, very huge when you're playing in a series. The away team normally comes in and wants to steal it. I mean, it's one of the games that you got to come up with. So I think for us to kind of weather the storm and go through a little adversity and kind of shake the rust off and still get the win, it was really big for us.
All right, Janae, so the MVP matchup between Asia Wilson and Brianna Stewart was the marquee matchup for this 2023 finals. When it comes to those two players, what did you see in game 1?
I saw players both be efficient, but in different ways. I mean, and be effective in different ways. If you look at Stewie, she operates really well. I broke it down not too long ago in system. Gets the left-handed layup. That was the easiest basket of the night for her. She still got to the free throw line. She still made some points, but watch Asia. I mean, Asia, this was in system for her with the screen, but she gets to her bag face up, mid-range, one-on-one. Her mid-range was going crazy. So if you look at these two MVPs, obviously Asia had the advantage because her numbers were better statistically off of the field goal. But Stewie, she actually had a pretty decent showing, but this right here is going to tell the tale. This will evolve. If she's able to lower these numbers, I think that will help them because overall that'll show that New York is back to their basketball in system.
Because even scoring these points, it's all about efficiency.
Yep.
The efficiency is important. And as much as I love talking about you wonderful post players.
Oh, I know where you're going.
The story of the night was the guards. And we're going to talk specifically about the Aces guards. Becky Hammond said 3 things at their practice on Saturday. She said we're going to be persistent. Watch Kelsey Plum here. Just cutting, moving, through the lane, up, under, finish. Gets to her right hand. She's a lefty, finishing with her right hand. That's persistence. This is poise. Jackie Young with 1 of her 5 threes. That's also a foul. That's a foul. She knocks it down. Persistent, poised, and then you know Chelsea Gray is always going to be prepared. The 3 starting guards for the Aces did exactly what Becky Hammond told the team they needed to do. That mid-range game from Chelsea Gray is so incredibly smooth. We talked pregame about the matchup between the guards. And how important that was going to be.
We saw a quieter game than we expected also from Courtney Vandersloot. This is the team. If you see them passing the ball, they're playing their game. There was a lot of dribbling, over dribbling, and I think that sort of was a departure of what we knew. So overall, we all came in with like the 2-time MVPs head to head. It was really determined by the backcourt, and that's how the finals go. It's the unexpected versus the expected.
Yeah, and Sinead talked a little bit about Liberty and their offense, and we're going to circle back to that because I know you want to touch a little bit on Jonquel Jones, but Liberty, when it comes to their defense, Roz, how can they turn the table in game 2? What do you need to see?
Well, I think first you have to see them compete defensively. And you look at the 2 names you mentioned, Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionescu, 2 super talented players, especially on offense. But on defense, if the Aces guards are faster or stronger, well, then the margin of error is smaller, and they've got to concentrate to limit that advantage. So, I like a breakdown.
Run it.
Let's show them the tape. So Kelsey Plum drives on Sloot. Sloot is passive. She gets caught up on the screen. She's not going over the top and taking away the three. She's going under, but she's also not taking away the layup. Look at Jonquel Jones stuck out there on Kia Stokes, who took 0 shots. You don't got to be that glued out there on her, but you've got to take something away. All right, Sabrina's on Jackie Young. She's going to contest hard, but you have to concentrate. Change your feet. Send her baseline into your help. Instead, she opens up and allows Jackie Young to go to the middle and utilize her athleticism and strength to body her to the basket. So, again, if your opponent is more athletic or stronger, the margin of error is smaller. I just don't think we saw the best representation of the Liberty's mental toughness on defense. And I would recommend that's where they can make a response.
But we did see a few things that were good from the New York Liberty. From the jump, we knew exactly who they wanted to get the ball to and who had the advantage in the matchups. It was Jonquel Jones versus Kia Stokes. Jonquel Jones versus the Vegas Aces switching. That's why they had the first half lead. They went away from that in the second. And I do think it's hard to shoulder the load if you're JJ or if you're one player throughout the course of a series. You know, we saw different Aces step up at different times. JJ was that woman in the first half. So if I'm looking back at this, I was like, look, we had some good things there. We just need to figure out a way to balance our offense on both sides, but that matchup is a matchup to watch.
Well, listen, all we know is there's going to be a game 2, and adjustments have to be made, so we're excited for this series. We'll see if the Liberty can turn things around. I love what you said about the competitive edge and needing to bring that mentally. Game 2 of the WNBA Finals is Wednesday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN and the app.